Goals: Murphy, 5 feet, Moron, 23 feet, Tello, 30 feet, attendance, 9,567. Cardiff City were defeated in their final pre-season clash before the start of the new Premier League season. The Bluebirds were defeated by La Liga club Real Betis in their first real test and last pre-season fixture before the start of the Premier League season next week. Betis appeared sharp and composed as they controlled possession at the Cardiff City Stadium, edging the Bluebirds thanks to a deflected Cristian Tello goal in the first half. Neil Warnock watched on with a boot over his leg following an operation on his ankle this week, and he will have been relatively pleased with his team in what was a difficult test. Match report: the Bluebirds started brightly and with a less direct style than we have seen in the past. Saul Bamba was charged with playing a holding midfield role, and it seemed to give the Cardiff backline more confidence on the ball. Just 4 minutes in, the Bluebirds took the lead when Sean Morrison stepped into the midfield before putting a neat through ball into the path of Josh Murphy. The pacey winger left his opponent, Javi Garcia, chasing thin air following a big touch out of his feet, before smashing the ball into the roof of the net from the angle. Embed from Getty Images: a quiet 15 minutes followed, with Betis looking to build from the back, retaining possession with Cardiff doing well to cut passing lanes in their own half. The better of the chances did fall to Cardiff, though it has to be said there weren't too many clear-cut opportunities in the opening 20 minutes. Sean Morrison and Junior Hoilett both tried their luck from range, but the two efforts sailed over the crossbar. Real Betis replied with pressure of their own, and Lorenzo Moron managed to force a smart save from Neil Etheridge after being played through by Sergio Canales. Embed from Getty Images: Cardiff refused to heed the warning, and less than a minute later, Lorenzo Moron found the net. Joaquin scaled the edge of the area in search of space to shoot. When he finally pulled the trigger, his effort was deflected straight into the path of Moron, who released a shot across his body to score from inside the area. Betis took their lead just 7 minutes after their equalizer. Cristian Tello managed to get down the left-hand side of the box, and his shot was deflected through the legs of Sean Morrison and Neil Etheridge. Embed from Getty Images: the Bluebirds responded well and managed to carve out a good chance just moments after going behind. Junior Hoilett seized upon a driven goal kick which was watched by the Betis defense. With space and time, Hoilett picked out Callum Patterson in front of goal, but the ball was slightly behind the Scot, whose improvised effort rose just over the crossbar. That opportunity was followed by a superb Betis effort, which saw the evergreen Joaquin cut in before trying his luck with the curling effort from range. Embed from Getty Images: the Verdiblancos again came close on the stroke of halftime when an overlap on the near side allowed Takashi Inui a shot on goal, but Joe Bennett arrived just in time to make a crucial block before Neil Etheridge comfortably gathered the follow-up shot. The missed chance meant Betis took a 1-goal lead into halftime, and they were good value for it, dominating possession for the majority of the first half. Cardiff looked sharper in the early stages of the second half, and they managed to create the first good chance. Some good exchange play allowed Junior Hoilett into a good position inside the box, but his effort wasn't good enough to beat Pau Lopez in the Real Betis goal. Embed from Getty Images: the Bluebirds would come close again moments later after picking up the ball in the middle. Josh Murphy was sent clean through by Hoilett, but the former Norwich winger somehow managed to place the ball wide of the far post. The chances continued, and Sean Morrison came close when he headed Joe Ralls' corner goalwards, but a goal line clearance thwarted the Cardiff skipper. The Bluebirds made 2 changes on the hour mark, with Kenneth Zohore and Loic Damour replacing Bobby Reid and Junior Hoilett respectively. Embed from Getty Images: however, Betis dominated the 10-minute spell that followed, reclaiming possession and retaining control. Cardiff did regain the ascendancy, though, as Joe Ralls tried his luck from range, forcing Pau Lopez into a good low save. In typical pre-season fashion, the contest fizzled out late on, with both sides struggling to keep possession in the scrappy finish. Nathaniel Mendez-Laing did have a big chance to level the game late on, but he managed to pull it wide of the back post. In the final moments, Betis kept all concentration on maintaining a high backline and seeing out the win, which makes it 2 wins over Premier League opposition in 2 days following Friday's victory over Bournemouth. Man of the match, Josh Murphy. The summer signing looked excellent in his first appearance at the Cardiff City Stadium for his new club. Murphy shone throughout, putting Cardiff ahead in the first half with a fine strike and causing his opposing number problems with his pace all afternoon. In bed from Getty Images, he constantly appeared keen to beat his man and almost always did with ease. Murphy did miss a sitter in the second half, but aside from that, his display was almost perfect. The Bluebirds faithful will be delighted with their new signing. Elsewhere, there weren't too many standout displays, but Saul Bomba did well in that unfamiliar midfield role, and the partnership of Joe Ralls and Callum Patterson in front of him looked a good one, especially against a Betis side who control so much of the game. Final word: it's a little difficult to judge this one with Cardiff starting without Kenneth Zohore and playing the whole game without first-choice holding midfielder Aaron Gunnarsson. It's also important to keep in mind that this Real Betis side aren't the equivalent to your mid-table Premier League team. They are more comparable to the likes of Arsenal, so this is a very good team. It's also a team who likes to keep possession of the ball, and that makes it a good test for Cardiff as they learn to deal with large spells without possession. In bed from Getty Images. In fairness, the Bluebirds coped well for the majority, but it is difficult to see how they win the ball back at times. They also clearly need another midfielder, as well as a right-back. There were plenty of positives, too, not least Josh Murphy, and aside from that, Cardiff looked relatively solid at the back, effectively losing this one through an unfortunate deflection. There's plenty of tactical work for Neil Warnock to do in the next week as he also looks to add further to the squad. A big week ahead.